Welcome back to the basement, the friendliest place on YouTube. We're trying Cities Skylines. This is the very first time I've fired this up on my PC, and we're going to the Mountain Meadows map, and we're gonna click start. I do have some DLCs. I don't have any mods. The DLCs are, oh, what are they? Park Life, Green Cities, Industries, Mass Transit, Nightlife, and Snowfall. Wow, I can't believe I remembered all those off the top of my head. I did just look at them after recording an episode 0 of sorts, where I showed actually starting up the game for the first time and going through the terms and conditions and all that fun stuff that never used to be a part of gaming, but you know, whatever. I'm excited to get going on this. Now, I've played a handful of cities, small cities, on Nintendo Switch, so I know a little bit of the basics, but I have not played on PC yet at all. We are set to Fahrenheit and right-hand roads. I don't know if we can change this to dollars or not. Maybe they're just simoleons with a C, and that's fine. Okay, let's start by building some... Boy, that's going to be hard for you guys to see. I'll read this for you. Let's start by building some roads and zoning the areas next to them. Buildings will spawn on zoned areas and you will unlock new city services and buildings as your city grows. For help, click the question mark button. It will provide you with information regarding the menu or view that you have open. Okay, build roads. Yes, okay. All right, I'm glad to see that Q and E rotate. Z zooms in and X zooms out, and I have edge scrolling. That's really good. Okay, so that's not too dissimilar from Cities Skylines, or SimCity. How, the controls that I'm used to, how do I rotate? Maybe I can't while I'm on this. Build roads, I know. What does clicking and dragging do? Nothing. What does page down and page up do? Nothing. Home and delete, nothing. W, A, S, D, okay, yeah, up. Tilt camera, hold middle mouse button and move the mouse up and down. Got it. Okay. All right, and the mouse wheel actually does a good job of zooming too. Okay, so we're starting on a river sort of split diagonally our map. And we should be able to see other maps around. We can expand this way or this way or this way. I'm excited to expand tiles. I would like to stick with this first city for a while, mistakes and all, and see if we can't like recover from them and stuff. Okay, so roads. Roads need to be built to provide zones with buildings and city services. Larger roads allow faster travel and greater amounts of traffic. Roads with decoration produce less noise pollution. Use page up and page down to build elevated roads or tunnels. Okay, that's good information. Draw a road over water to build a bridge. To change roads type, try the upgrade tool. Use a road type and click on the existing road. Click on a one-way road with the secondary mouse button to change its direction. Use upgrade tool to fix destroyed roads. I thought the upgrade tool would upgrade it from like a small road to a medium road or whatever, or one-way to a two-way or vice versa. Toll booths must be connected to roads in order to operate. What? Oh, in order for the toll booth to operate. All traffic driving through the toll must slow down at the booths and pay a fee to pass the toll. Fair prices can be adjusted in the toll booth building info panel. Okay, look at that. We accidentally did a bunch of edge scrolling right there. So let's get back to where we were. And I think the only road available to us, yeah, is the only road available to us in the very beginning. There are no medium roads, large roads, or highways available to us. Look, we have intersections. That's cool. Road condition, road toll. Okay, so let's take this. And we'll just waste 40. Okay, did I have to hit, if I hit escape? No. Yes. Well, I hit escape twice to get out of the, so I'm curious to see like how do I cancel stuff. Okay, so I'm holding the mouse button down. If I let go, does it build? No. So I click, and then I can move the mouse around while I'm not holding. I'm guessing I click again. Oh, right click cancels. That's good to know. Yeah, and left click builds. Okay, we've unlocked one-way roads. That's good. So first we're gonna bulldoze. Now, let's see, right click, okay? Escape. Where's the bulldozer? Can I turn it on with B? I can. Okay, refund. 30. So that cost us 10 bucks. Bulldoze underground. Bulldoze tunnels and other underground structures. Choose the underground mode to see and easily select underground items. Interesting. So this is going to be different than Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to have to get used to that. Okay, so we're going to want to try and create a curved road. I'm looking for kind of right in between. Let's see. Let's rotate the camera a little bit. Huh, okay. Let's try going. Oh, I see. I can see right between those two. About like that. Okay, and we'll go out one click. I'm looking at the vertical line that's showing up right here to see if it bisects parallelly the roads coming in from the highway. I think that about does. Okay, so we clicked on the line and we're snapping to some nice 90 degrees here, so that's probably good. Okay, do I click here? Does that build? No. Good. Okay, click here and here. Good. Click here and here. Good. Right click. Okay. Now we're gonna click here and let's see. Should I click here to create a turn? Yeah, that looks like an okay curve to me. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing here. Where did I click? Here? Here. Seem to be having trouble getting that to do what I want it to do. Maybe I clicked down here. Trying to get it to, whoops, nope. B. This is gonna be painful for Cities Skylines veterans. I do not have experience with this game. There we go, just like that, okay. Now I need to reverse direction. How do I do that? Oh, I right click. Select the road tool. Is it upgrade? Geez, I gotta get used to this mouse sensitivity. Straight road, curved road, freeform road, upgrade road. Right click. There we go. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me for episode 1. Just kidding. Yeah, it seems down doesn't actually do what I want it to do. I have to use WASD instead of up, down, left, right. That's fine, though. I'll get used to that, and that'll be good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a 4-lane road, reach a milestone. Yeah, not yet, jerks. Straight road, okay. So this seems to be... I mean, what I want to do... I think that's following, actually. I want to build something parallel to this. I don't know if I'm able to. Let's see if we can find a cheap road. And I think this might be our cheapest one. Can we... I do see some helpfully straight lines here. Yeah, I don't want too much help from the angles. Is that pretty straight? I think that looks pretty straight. Okay, and now we want to attach... Ugh. There we go. Okay. That gave us what we wanted. Alright, so now we're ready to use these some more, and some straight versions, I think. And I want to build... Let's see, we have these little connector nodes. Although it doesn't seem to snap perfectly to that one, does it? If I build here... Well, I shouldn't hit escape. I should hit right-click if I don't want to build there. Is this an okay place to build? Probably. Yeah, that's as far as we can go. Okay. And then, let's see, where would the... If I build on this node, how close is that? Not close enough. Right-click. Too close. So we want to go over by 2, I think. There, and that gives us perfect gaps. But I think we want to go here. So we have a gap of 2. Okay. There we go. Now we can build some industry up there. Right click. And we're going to build some residential and commercial down here. Zoom out just a bit. There, we'll do 400. And 400. Okay. Now, before we put in industrial and commercial, we need to see which way the river is flowing. It's flowing that way. Okay, so we need to put in our sewage down here, and we need to put in our water intake here. And we're kind of far away from the river, so we're going to have to end up building pipelines and power lines and stuff. Okay, power plants produce electricity for all your modern cities' needs. Electricity will move from building to building over short distances, but transfer electricity over great distances, you'll need to build power lines. Okay, I do know that. When placing power lines, you need to see the reach of electricity around, blah, 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 got it. When placing power plant, the circular area around it tells you how far the pollution spreads. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start with a wind turbine. It seems that we can get pretty good production here. Yeah, we want to place them where there's 8. I could place it here, but we need to pump water in anyway. I think we're just better off going down, like down here. So I'm going to think about following this in a straight line all the way down to here. And that's where we're going to stick our water. In fact, maybe it would be smart for me to build some water pipes first. Water and sewage. Connect the pumps and drains. Water pipes. Draw the water pipes under your city to provide water and sewer work. Water tanks store excess water and supply the city. Make sure water pumps are located a safe distance away from any drain pipes to prevent people using contaminated water. During the winter, heating is required. Water pipe. Whoops, whoops. Okay. All right, now if I put a water pipe here, that does not quite cover everything, but I should not have hit escape. I should hit right click. If I put it here, right, like right here, that does cover everything. Okay, that's what I want. So we're going to go ahead and build this down to... I can't tell if I'm in a straight line anymore. $1,000. Oh, I like that we can see the degrees and the angle. Okay, so let's build a water pump. Let's get this a little closer, shall we? Or let's build a 45-degree angle, aka a 135-degree angle. Okay, now can we stick this on here? Yes. So we're gonna want it about here. Let's zoom in a little more. Hopefully that will work. 168 degrees. We were a little off with our angle, but that's okay. All right, now we're gonna need a sewer, and we're gonna need a pipe going 90 degrees off of this bad boy. So let's see. We could do that here, and that would be less pipe. We could do it. Actually, I like the idea of doing it right under this road. Okay, hopefully we're staying at 90 degrees. It looks like we are. Okay, now let's build a sewer pipe. Right. Let's see about angling our pipe here. $135, please. We are going to be a little anal about this. But not about everything. Things will pick up. Things will get speedier here. 180 degrees. Wow, we did that perfectly. I wish the water setup was that perfect, but you know what? We don't have the money for it. Okay. All right. Well, we're not quite ready to zone yet. Did I build the wind turbine? I did not. So let's see. Where do I want to build this? We need to get power. You know what? We'll build two, I think. Additional water can go upstream of here. So let's stick this. That's too close to that. That's fine. Construction costs $6,000. Now we could drag a power line. Let's see, is this more than 6,000? Almost. And it's really ugly. Yeah, I think we'll build... Well, first of all, we're going to want to build up from here, I think. At 90 degrees, I can't quite tell. Looks pretty close. So we could build to here. And that would give us power here. So all we're missing now is sewer. Power to the sewer. Can we go like this for now? Go 90 degrees to here maybe, and then straight to here. Okay, we've got power, water, and sewer. It's time to zone. Zones. Okay, zones determine what kind of buildings spawn next to the areas, the areas next to the roads. Areas indicated by gray grid next to the roads can be zoned using zoning tools. There are 4 different tools for zoning: fill, marquee, small, and large brush. Zone an area by clicking the primary mouse button on it. Hold down the button to adjust the square marquee size, or continuously paint with a brush. Residential zones provide houses for citizens. Commercial zones offer shopping and leisure opportunities for citizens and tourists, and industry and office zones provide jobs for citizens and produce goods for commercial zones to sell. Okay. So that looks like the fill tool, which is probably this paint bucket here. Let's do marquee. If I click here and I click and drag, yeah, that works great. So now the thing is I want some commercial zones. So I'm gonna go like that. Now the power will flow through these without any power lines, right? I could build a small commercial zone here. And then we can start building industrial zones. I don't want them on the road. Do I put another commercial there? Maybe. Let's undo that. If I right click, does that undo? It does. And if I just let go of the left mouse, then we get that. Okay, so we can put another commercial zone here, and then we'll start our industrial. So we've got one 4x4 industrial for 1, 2, 3 and a half 4x4s of residential. Do I want this road to be 2 clicks longer? Actually, you know what we can do? We'll create a little space. There we go. I like it. Okay, let's turn on time. We're gonna take it slow. Hooray, water pumping station has been constructed. Freshwater, Mayor rocks. Okay, speaking of that, let's actually pause. Because we're losing money, but I don't think we have to be. I think we can reduce the budget on our water by quite a bit. Down to 50%, I think would be more than enough. Electricity, I'm not sure, and it doesn't even save us that much money. And roads. The roads are on a budget? I guess they are. Taxes, I can't adjust. Okay, I gotta reach a population of 360. So what one of our goals actually is going to be is to stop before 360 and build up some cash. Ooh, look. S for down. There we go. I will try not to make anyone seasick. Look at those nice mountains in the background. Our town, it is a building. How far can we zoom in this game? Pretty far. Look at that nice house. That is a nice looking house. And I'll bet we can get even closer if we just do this. That is a nice looking house. That is an identical house. That one's different. Okay, so our residential demand is high, as you can see. Very high. No demand for commercial, no demand for industry or offices. So we'll have a little bit of a wait with these power lights, or these traffic lights here. Before those go, is that grass blowing in the breeze? It might be. Cool. All right. So we have a few houses. We're losing a lot of money per week. But that will get better. Okay, let's do some more zoning. We'll go like this, and we'll zoom out a bit. Since we have very high demand for houses, let's put in some more. Oh, and that won't be a full-size house. See, because the zoning won't let me. Because it's trying to zone off that roundabout there. That's okay, maybe we'll get a funny-shaped house. They don't all have to be 4x4. I don't know, that's what I started out by doing, and I kind of like it. Okay, let's see what kind of houses we get here. And I do see our industrial demand is beginning to go up. So we may have a factory at any moment here. We've got a population of 24. Eight adults live there and 2 young adults. 2 adults live here, And that's it. Boy, that's a nice house. This looks like a duplex, doesn't it? No one lives there yet. That's okay. Residential demand is shrinking, which is, you know. Okay, we can rename districts, buildings, cars, citizens, and other objects by clicking on their name in relevant info window. Type the new name and press enter to accept. Do these streets have names? Maybe I disabled that. Look, we have a couple of commercial buildings now. Let's see what we got here. Quiet corner shop, 4 workers, 0 jobs available. Drugstore, no one's working there yet. Let's take a look at what we got here while that factory builds in the background. Sally's, is that what that says? Whoop, 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 whoop. Edge scrolling. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Look at this. Sorry if anyone's getting sick. Go Nuts Donuts. It looks like we have Fall In Dental. And then Sally's drugstore here. Looking nice. Okay, in a factory. 16 workers. Ice Cube factory. Okay. I guess that's better than importing it from Antarctica. Okay, so I'm watching our demand and I see we have plenty of commercial. What we're gonna need is we're gonna need more industrial first and residential second. So let's see about building another factory. And because of the way that power flows, we have a couple of options right away. We could build one here. Let's see, and then a 1 break, and then 4 more, and then, let's see, 4, 1 break, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 break, 1, 2, yeah, so we should be putting breaks in. Or we could build one right here, though it doesn't look like it would quite fit. So let's do that. And it's pretty high, so maybe we should stick one here too. Now the thing is once we get to 360 people, we're gonna unlock some new things that we can build. See how all these are dark, garbage and industry, right? Healthcare. Fire department, we have to get to 750. Police too. Once you get to those though, and you're allowed to build them, that's when they'll want them. That's when your population will start demanding them. And so that's kind of a dangerous place to be, right? Because it's like, oh boy, I can build a garbage dump. Oh, my citizens want a garbage dump. If you can't build one yet, then they don't want one yet. Now, in my progression through a couple of SimCity, or in a couple of Nintendo Switch Cities Skylines cities, I have found that once garbage occurs, then you have to lay down a garbage dump, and the dumps just fill and fill and fill, and when they get full, you have to build another one. And if you ever want to move one or delete one, you have to empty it. And if you want to empty it, you need an incinerator, and you can't get an incinerator until you get a higher population milestone unlock. Make buildings historical. You can now make any zone building historical to preserve its visual appearance by ticking a new checkbox in the building's info panel. Well, that's cool. So we can prevent upgrades that way. So then your goal becomes to get the incinerator so you can start getting fewer dumps, right? Because you can't just last forever and keep building more and more dumps. Eventually you'll fill all of your land up with dumps. Well, on your way to get the incinerator, death care becomes a thing that your citizens need. And so then you make a cemetery. Well, cemeteries, like landfills, just slowly fill over time. But if you never unlock cemeteries, then people don't actually die, and you never need one. But once the cemetery happens, then your next goal becomes to push through the milestones until you get a crematorium, cremation services, so that you can start reducing cemeteries and reducing the need for cemeteries. And I don't want to rush through that progression too fast. So my plan is to hang out below 360 and build up some funds. Now we're only at 55 people right now, so we've got room for growth. And we have residential demand. So I'm just going to go ahead and satisfy some of that by putting in some more houses. We don't have any commercial demand, and we have very low industrial demand. So let's leave those industries there and see if we can fill the jobs with some residents here. Oops. I do not want to D-zone all of that. What I was trying to do is this. Okay, what's going on here? Not enough water. Okay, pause. Is there a quick way to pause? Is there a key that like does that? Does tilde do it? It doesn't. Okay. What's going on with water? Oh, I bet I just haven't built the pipe yet. Indeed, I have not. Okay, so let's zoom in over here. Let's go to an overhead view. Okay, and we're just gonna build out at 90 degrees from here until we get all of these squares covered. I think that will do. Okay, now we can put more industry here. We can put more commercial on this 4-lane street and not worry about it. Now the question is, do I want to build these roads further this way to build more, or do I want to build this out further this way and create shorter stubs, more additional gravel roads? And I think I want to keep building this way because it will allow me to reduce the amount of electric line. I don't know if that has a maintenance upkeep or not, but I do know that it's ugly, and the less of it that we have, the better. So we'll have to pause the game whenever we decide to do that. Residential demand is just through the roof right now, so let's make some more houses here. And then while those are filling in, we will think about building some more roads. I don't want to go too slow in the beginning because we're losing money while our infrastructure is continuing to build up. At the same time, I don't want to go too fast either because that's how you get into trouble with games like this. Okay, let's pause the game and let's get out our bulldozer and do this and build some more road. Okay, and then I wonder, right click, if we want to do something a little more like this. Okay. Right click, bulldoze. The music is swelling in a triumphant and adventurous way. What is that, a tree? We don't need to bulldoze a tree. Okay, now that's not going to connect until we do this. So we'll go ahead and do that for now because we don't want these people to be without electricity. Electricity is flowing. Yes, okay, that's all good. Now, residential demand is still high, so we're going to see about building some more. Okay, we're getting ambitious now here. Now, see if you always want to build next to something that's already built electricity-wise, so that things don't get out of hand. Okay, I imagine eventually our commercial demand is going to go up, and we've got a couple of little spots here. We can put 4 more buildings as we need to. Whoops. I'm playing on a, don't tell anyone, but my mouse is sitting on a piece of cardboard right now. My. That music certainly is swelling, isn't it? I wonder if I want to go into settings and change that. pretty loud. I'm going to drop it to 50. And then I'm also going to see about street names, because what's going on with that? Display road names. Yes. I'm not sure why I turned that off earlier. Mouse light intensity during night. Oh, we're not doing night. Okay. Gameplay. Edge scrolling sensitivity. Camera rotation sensitivity. Those could go down. I'm not going to worry about it too much for now. Basement, very first try. Okay, residential demand is starting to dip. We actually have more industrial demand than anything right now. But not a ton of it. And you don't want to get caught in the trap of always meeting demand. The goal actually should be to balance demand. I think. These are my theories. Oh, that first milestone unlock is nice because you get to set taxes at a different level. Right now we're taxing at 9% by default, and in the budget panel we can't actually adjust that because we haven't reached a population of 360 yet, see? So we're going to have to try to make money with 9%. We're still losing money, but we're losing it slower. And we do get tax revenue from industry as well as commercial and, of course, residential. So since we have the highest industrial demand, let's go ahead and build, that was D-zone, let's go ahead and build a factory. And then we'll just sort of keep an eye on it and see how it goes. I think we can boost time here to sort of artificially extend things. And let's take a look at our street names here. We have Hickory Drive here with its first factory. Our big road is Young Avenue. Okay, what do we have here? Bradley Wilson Drive. Okay. Chapman Street is our roundabout. And we've got Hancock and Lynch, which are entrances and exits to the highway. Look, people are coming into town. They love it. They want to live here, they want to work here. Yeah, Chapman is the name of the whole turnaround here. Oh, look, there go some people out. Maybe they're commuting. Or maybe they moved out, I don't know. Okay, industrial demand is through the roof. Which says to me that not enough people probably have jobs. Okay, let's go ahead and build ourselves a little commercial here. Commercial's on its way up too, residential's way down. So that's fine though, because we want... Oh look, and we're making money. We're making 100 units of money per unit of time. I don't know what the units are. Do we want to stick the commercial on the far side of Young Street or on the near side of Young Street to the residentials? I don't know. Commercial demand is not actually that high. So let's leave that be for now and build a couple more factories. We need jobs. We just want to take our time, so don't grow too fast. I'm thinking if we can keep the population between, say, 300 and 340, then we'll be in good shape. And I think we've got enough space here for industrial that we ought to be able to build the residential way out and accomplish that, population-wise. So, in fact, maybe... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, space. Maybe we should build a factory here. Enough to create, look, it's starting to drop. Enough to create some residential demand. And it's really volatile in the early stages too, because one factory is a lot higher percentage of all of your jobs than, see, I should have moved this over one, I think. That's okay. We don't need to be that picky about it in the beginning. But maybe we do. We're gonna... Oh, you know what? We have a nice balance right now. So let's bulldoze that and that, because that's dumb. And let a factory build just like that. That's what I want. Okay, we're getting good balance, so we'll have to count the number of things that we have and try and, I don't know, add like 50% numbers to everything. So we'll make each of these roads not double long what it already is. Do we have enough room to add 50% more? Oh yeah, we have 3 commercial buildings, so we can build 4, 5, or 6. Yeah, see now industrial demand is up again and residential demand is down. We're making 350 an I keep wanting to say an hour. Bank balance, weekly income. Okay, a week. But see, this is pouring in more often than that. Is it pouring in 1, 2, 3 times a day? Twice a day? Because these are days. So it's hard to exactly figure out. I believe I'm shadow banned from Chirper. Does anyone see this chirp? Bruh. Okay, we're gonna need another factory. So depending on the ratios, right, I can build further out this way if this much industrial can hold it without building more road this way. And I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. See, we have 5 houses per side of the street here. So let's build enough street to build 2 more houses. Maybe just 1 more house on each side of the street. Okay. We'll do the same distance here. Okay. We'll be able to zone residential there, but not until the demand goes up a little more. Commercial demand's hanging out just about in the middle. Let's see, where do we want to build another factory? Oh, are they having issues with electricity? Let's check and see how we're doing. Oh, electricity is not doing super great. Oh wait, now it's doing fine. Well, what's the deal? I thought we were gonna have to build more. Oh, production 4, 8. It's fluctuating between 4 and 8. I wonder why that is. Is that on purpose or the game being dumb? Upkeep 80 per week. Well, we can afford that. Let's build another one of these. So I expect our income to drop to 350. Unless we're doing something with the budget with electricity. But no, we're doing normal with electricity. It's water that we're way low on, and we still have more than enough. So those initial water pumps and sewer pumps are quite a bit more effective and robust than the initial power solution, but that's okay. All right, we're getting balance here. Okay, can I check a happiness map? If I click on this, global happiness. Well, that's how much the global happiness is. Where's my info maps? If I hit escape, can I see just city statistics? I want, oh, here we go. Okay, this house is unhappy, probably because it's surrounded by houses. Or maybe they don't have anywhere to work. The commercial and the industrial are very happy. And I run into this a lot actually in my Switch testing with early cities. I'm glad to see it's similar here. They're not that happy when there's nothing to do. There's no parks, there's no leisure activities. But that's not really unlocked in the game yet, but it does still affect their happiness. So this is actually pretty good that we only have 1 red. I think spacing out the houses a little bit more than I have in the past has helped. That's why I did some testing. I wanted to avoid some of those sort of like noob-like mistakes. Okay, so let me see here. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 industrial complexes, zones, 4x4s, and we have near balance here with 1, 2, 3 of these, I should be able to build 2 more of these and 4 more of these to keep those two things balanced. And if I do that, how many more houses will I need to build? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. I'll need to go from 20 to 30. So I'm going to have to build 10 houses, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not the inside ones. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay, and then quickly now, 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 2 more of these little guys here. 1. Experiment. Whoops. 2. Okay, good. And then I just need 2 more houses now. So it's going to take a little bit more road. And then I actually think we could connect the roads. Couldn't we? Just for fun. Let's see, construction cost 80. Does that get the job done? Yes, it does. Like, perfectly. Why did that make them unhappy? I don't know. That was interesting. Okay, we could build the houses here. Or we could actually build them here. Like this. That may not stay that way. But we'll see if balance is achieved here. I know it's saying residential demand is through the roof, but we took our time with the residential expansion. So let's give it some time to balance. We'll have to keep a close eye on our population here. We're at 304. And I don't want to get above 340, because if we hit 360 at all, then we introduce mo problems. We got to do trash. We got to do healthcare. It's a whole thing. I'm looking for an hashtag apartment or hashtag house in the city. Oh, okay. Anything will do. Please PM for further contact. Okay, so that can be kind of a little bit of a guide, I guess, to like how citizens are thinking about the city, right? And what they're trying to say there is that demand, residential demand is up. Let's get rid of the auto open chirper messages. No, thank you. Okay. Show in-game guide pop-ups. Yes, those have been helpful so far. We'll probably do that through the through some of the milestones and stuff. Okay, I'm starting to see some pollution on the ground here. Not just starting, but it's building up. It's becoming a thing. Oh, am I really gonna have a little number there? Pro tip: don't put salt in your coffee. Tastes bad. Pro tip: a tiny bit of salt in your hot chocolate actually can really bring out the chocolate flavor. Okay, this place is complaining. Not enough workers. See that little icon? We have 7 out of 16 workers. So residential demand, residential demand is up. And at 319 people, we could afford to put in another house. How are we doing water-wise? Oh, fine. And how are we doing electric-wise? Oh yeah, availability's through the roof. We only need 6 and we're making 16. So you know what? Maybe we could drop our budget, actually, for electric. Because if we bring it down to 50%, then we're making enough power, and it costs us only 75% as much as it would otherwise. So now we're making $6.46 an hour. We're at 320 people. We could probably safely add a house. Because a house could have like 15 people in it at most, I think. Something like that. 15's pretty high. Let's go ahead and add one. See if we can balance things out a little bit. Oh, now they're complaining about electricity. Let's check the info map. production is 4. I'm not sure why that's the case. So we don't want the problems that come with not having electricity. So I guess we'll go ahead and leave that there. How are we doing with water? Water's fine. Happiness, 34% for residential. Let's check and see the individual buildings here. All the industry and commercial is happy. We got 2 unhappy residences. Although I think our earlier resident that was unhappy was this one. So, oh, and there they go again. Okay. So they're a little bit too locked up in the suburban gridlock, I think, to love their situation. But that's okay. So you'll notice there's no crime. There's no fires. And that's just because they're unavailable. So we can see the wind map. What else can we see? Traffic, right? And traffic routes. So let's see, or routes, if you prefer. Road usage. Your citizens travel to enjoy services. If traffic becomes congested, people have a hard time getting to work and back. Production slows down when goods sit in trucks, and the effective radius of your service buildings becomes smaller. Larger roads support faster driving and have more lanes. Use roundabouts to help traffic flow better and build new highways to areas with heavy traffic. Upgrade roads or construct new routes or routes. Vote in the comments below. To popular locations if there are many traffic jams. Upgrade highway ramps to highways if they become congested. Relocate service buildings if you cannot change the road type because of them. That's one thing you can do in this game that you can't do in SimCity is relocate buildings, which is pretty cool. So I don't really see any traffic issues, but also we're just 335 people. Let's look at the routing. So we see the people coming in from the highway like to go to the industry. That's trucks. Green is pedestrians. We saw that for a little bit, but then it went away. People going to and from work, I suppose. Okay, we've got pretty good balance here in the RCI. I see that commercial is growing. We could plop. We could place another commercial. Now, something that's really cool about the level of simulation in this game is that we can pause. We can pick on a person. Nancy Dixon. Okay, she's an uneducated young adult. She works at the park, or lives at the park residence, and is a cleaner at the ice cube factory. She's going to work right now. So that's really cool. Like, she goes to the same job every day. That didn't happen in SimCity. Every day they woke up. Oh, there goes Nancy. Okay, I guess the camera doesn't follow her. Okay, so now she's working at the ice cube factory. She's cleaning it, right? And as an uneducated young adult. Good for her. She's got a job at the ice cube factory. So where's the park residence? That's Mulberry. That's commercial. Pleasant residence. Willow residence. Park residence. Okay, so Nancy lives here. There's 6 adults, 4 young adults, 3 teens, and 2 children. Wow. That's quite a lot for that little house. And look at this. This is a Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Belongs to Scarlett Cooper. She resides at the park residence. Do you guys see this Jeep? This is so cool. I own a vehicle. I have owned a vehicle like this. Let's see. We want to tip down. And move forward. We can't see it too close. I'm not sure how to get any closer. We can tip further down, but then the camera raises a little bit. That's really cool, though. I had a Jeep like that. It's a Jeep SUV with wooden paneling on the sides. Mine was navy blue. I've actually had a few full-size Jeeps like that, the older Jeep SUVs. And I love them. They're cool vehicles. Okay, we're at 340, which means we need to be nervous. Now we're at 339. We don't want to accidentally hit 360. We're making 652 an hour. We could play with the budget a little bit, because we have 2 of these, and I'm not sure we need both. There's a flood in your city. Don't worry, water will evaporate with time. Thoroughly flooded buildings are abandoned, but can be rebuilt if there's demand for the zone type. Building underwater. What? Water pumping station on. I would imagine that the only buildings underwater would be the buildings right on the water here. Oh! It's this. Are you working okay? Where's my mouse? Building is flooding. Interesting. Okay, wind speed is 10. It's outputting 8 watts, 8 megawatts. So is that. Okay, all right. Well, we seem to be maintaining a good balance of residential, commercial, and industrial mix. Electricity availability is through the roof. It's interesting that this water level raises and lowers. We don't want to build anything too close to the water then. Like service buildings or anything else like that. Can I relocate this? That's a good question. Relocate building. How much does that cost? 1,200. Although it feels like it's trying to build a new one. When I click on it, yeah, so this is where it could go instead. Okay, that's better. Okay. That cost us 1,200 bucks, but that's okay. All right, well, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna let this run. In fact, let's get rid of a little bit of some of this. And I'm just gonna build up some funds so that we're able to when we do expand in the next episode, we're able to build up lots of great stuff. I think that'll be fun. We'll wait until we have a lot of money, right? And then we'll use that money to build roads, plan ahead, think about being able to build all the stuff that will unlock at the next milestone. Which I wonder, can I see that in the budget panel? I don't think so. I want to map out the milestones. There's areas. There's milestones. Okay, let's take a look at this. So we'll get to Little Hamlet at 360, okay? And that will unlock taxes, so we'll raise taxes from 9% to 12%. And loans, we could take out a loan if we need to. I don't want to. They'll start demanding garbage services, healthcare services, and education, okay? Elementary schools, I believe. So we'll build an elementary school, we'll build a medical clinic, and we'll build a landfill site immediately when we hit 360. We'll have the money to do it. Recycling Center, it looks like, is also unlocked because I have the Green Cities DLC. And Community School, I don't know if that's a function of DLC as well. Then when we hit 750, we'll be able to buy a new area, right? A new map that borders our current map. We'll be able to paint districts and create policies for those districts. We'll be able to take out a loan. We'll need to build a fire department and a police department right away. We'll unlock unique buildings, which I haven't really dabbled with. And then we can start specializing industry, although I don't know if I'm gonna get too much into that in the early on stuff. There are certain policies that we can use. We can demand that people use less power, right? We can put smoke detectors in every building. That costs us some money, but it also lessens the amount of fires that happen. And then we could build a bigger firehouse and police station than before. Or no, we can build those for the first time at Worthy Village. That's 750. Then Tiny Town, you know, we'll keep rocketing up through there. Achievements. Create your very first city. Do we just have one so far? Probably. We haven't made an asset yet. Oh. Green energy. Produce all electricity without using any raw materials. Yeah, we've done that because we have the wind stuff. Okay, so we got a long ways to go there. Also, I want to look at the areas, right? So my idea, can I adjust the camera here? is what I think we'll do is we'll purchase either this square or this square next. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with this one and then go 2, 3, 4, right? And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're not going to go this direction. Although, I'll have to give that some thought. I'm just not sure. There's a lot of highway here. That could be helpful for us early on. Maybe we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just like the look of this corner in the map that I looked at online. So let's see, what can we do here? That's just that. Okay, how do we get back in? We click on it, we double click, we click on areas again to make that go away. That's what we do. All right, so I'm gonna babysit this a bit. And I've been wrapping up this episode for a long time, but this is what you get in Basement Let's Play. And also, I'm no expert in this game. Unlike SimCity, where everyone except Azure Alliance will probably admit that I am quite well accomplished, I'm new to this game, so I'm just sort of enjoying it and learning it on camera with you guys. If you want really good SimCity content from knowledgeable folks, I would recommend Target. That's T, the number 4, RGET. Okay, he's really good. Move the Mouse is another great channel for Cities Skylines content, and City Planner Plays. Okay, that's from a guy who actually does like city planning, and he plays City Skylines, and he does some really interesting stuff where he'll only build water pipes underneath roads. He won't build them underneath houses because that's not realistic to real life, I guess. That can happen, but it requires easements and you know, there's governmental problems and all that. So there's some channels that you can check out if you want really accomplished City Skylines content. But if you want to watch a noob learn and grow in their City Skylines process, that's what this series is going to be about for me. Last thing I want to say is the game looks great on PC. The level of detail is awesome. The control is awesome. I'm going to get used to that more. On Switch, it's functional. The controls definitely felt a little clunky at first, but it got better. You know, I got better at it over time. And oh look, here's a bunch of Jeeps. Whoever made this game, I think they like these Jeep Wagoneers. Look, this Jeep's owned by Jeremy Webb. This one's owned by Anna Chapman. This red one here is owned by Mary Chapman. Very cool. But as I was saying, yeah, the Switch version, it just is, it runs better than it did on launch. There are a bunch of terrible reviews of it at launch. Ice Cube Factory, it's a little one. And rightly so. It runs better than that now. But it's still just kind of a stripped down, bare bones version of this game. If it's the only system you can play it on, then you could consider it. Or if you really want to play it on the go, right, you can consider it. I did buy it for Switch, and I'm glad I have it, but I bought it for $10 when it was on sale on the eShop. Normally it's $39.99 US, American dollars. I got it for $9.99. I definitely am glad I bought it for $9.99. I would have been a little disappointed in it for $40. So that might be all you get by way of review. But I had some people asking me if I was going to play City Skylines after I finished up, or mostly, you know, I'm taking a pause from SimCity. And also, people were asking me if they thought it was worth getting on the Switch or not. And so there's my advice. And look, residential demand is going up, and our residences are down to like 300. That's interesting. All right, so anyway, I'm going to keep playing this off camera. In the next episode, I'm hoping to have at least 200,000 money and still not have hit that 360 threshold for population, so that we can be a little more assertive when we grow. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time in the basement.
We wanted to just take a quick second and say thank you to all of our patrons and members and subscribers over on Twitch. You guys are really making a big difference, because while the basement is a place that we just want to be able to have fun and make great content, more importantly, it's about helping people have a sense of connection and a safe, awesome, friendly place to go when they're hanging out on the internet. Your commitments make it possible for us to expand the reach of the basement through all the different channels and all the different content that we're making. Thank you for helping the basement be the friendliest place in the universe. In the basement.